Let me take you back to the Middle Ages, a time often portrayed as grimy, disease-ridden, and reeking of unwashed bodies. For centuries, we've been fed this stereotype that medieval people barely bathed, claiming they would wash themselves perhaps once a year. But is this image accurate? Or is it yet another exaggeration born of modern misconceptions? Today, we'll unravel the truth about medieval hygiene, breaking down myths with historical facts. Imagine a world without running water, soap as we know it, or even a bathroom. For us, it's a nightmare. But for medieval Europeans, it was everyday life. The question is, how did they manage cleanliness? Contrary to popular belief, bathing was far from unheard of. Historical records show that public bathhouses were a common feature in medieval towns and cities, especially in Europe. The concept of public baths wasn't a medieval invention. It was inherited from the Roman Empire, whose grand bathhouses were centers of social life. While medieval bathhouses weren't as luxurious, they remained popular. In Paris alone, records from the 14th century mention dozens of such establishments. People of various classes frequented these bathhouses, whether to soak, socialize, or even conduct business. Yes, bathing could be a communal activity, but it also showed a level of concern for hygiene. If bathing was so widespread, why do we believe otherwise? The misconception likely stems from a combination of factors, including the Black Death, the Protestant Reformation, and cultural shifts. Let's start with the plague. During the 14th century, the Black Death ravaged Europe, killing millions. It's true that medical knowledge was limited, and many believed that water could open pores and let disease in. As a result, some avoided bathing out of fear. However, this fear wasn't universal, nor did it last forever. By the 16th century, the Protestant Reformation brought about changes in attitudes toward public bathhouses. Reformers often associated them with moral corruption and sin, as some establishments doubled as places for illicit activities. This led to the decline of public baths in many regions, but not necessarily the decline of personal hygiene. At home, people used basins and cloths to wash themselves regularly. Historical inventories from households reveal items like combs, razors, and soaps, proving that medieval individuals valued cleanliness. Soap, by the way, wasn't the perfumed bar we're familiar with today, but a functional mixture made from animal fats and ashes. So, how clean were medieval people compared to us? It's essential to remember that cleanliness is culturally relative. Medieval standards were different, not necessarily worse. For example, hair care was vital. Both men and women washed their hair with mixtures of herbs and oils to combat lice. Clothing was another focus. Even if a medieval person couldn't bathe every day, they often changed and washed their clothes. And let's not forget the role of natural remedies. Medieval hygiene routines often included rinsing the mouth with mint-infused water, cleaning teeth with twigs, and applying floral waters to the skin. Medieval medical texts also advised washing hands before meals, a practice echoed by many religious traditions. The idea of filthy medieval people is rooted more in modern superiority than in historical fact. In truth, medieval Europeans adapted to their circumstances. Without modern plumbing or antibacterial soap, they found creative ways to stay clean. Thank you for joining me on this journey through history. If this episode changed how you see the Middle Ages, let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to explore more hidden truths about the past.